Just when you thought you were done with me, I'm back. Johnny B. Cowboy, back after 4 long days with no videos. Here to give everyone their Dallas Cowboy education and information yet again. Except today, we're going to talk about something else. There's only been 2 games played in the NFL. We're only headed into week 3. The first 2 games don't really matter. There's 15 games to mess it up or right the ship. Is that true? Is that what you believe? You think your 0-2 team has a shot? You think your 2-0 team is going to blow it maybe? Well, we'll see. Time will tell, as they always say. But I'm going to lay some stats on you since we've switched to the 17-game schedule, and we can go back even further than that. You want to talk about the 16-game schedule, which goes all the way back to 1978. Teams that start 0-2 miss the playoffs 88% of the time. What does that mean? That means out of 9 teams that go 0-2, only one of them on average ends up making the playoffs. And what a coincidence. We have 10 of those teams right now that are 0-2. Now, if you go back and you look in some of my posts that I put out in August, not actual videos, although it's on there as well, but I put out a post late August before the season ever started. And I told you guys the Kansas City Chiefs would not be in the playoffs. They're in a tough division with the Broncos and the Chargers. The Raiders are better, but they're not really a threat, but the Raiders may get the Chiefs once. Where's Kansas City now? They're one of those 10 0-2 teams. Now, the rest of these teams, I don't really feel are a threat. Kansas City could possibly still right the ship, let's face it. They can go 10-5 the rest of the way out. They'd be 10-7 and have a real good shot to make the playoffs. Could 9-8 slip in to the playoffs? Well, usually, but you have to win a division to do that. Usually. 9-8 isn't good enough for a wild card anymore. But let's run down these 0-2 teams, and you guys tell me in the comments, or just think about it, but I would like to hear from you. Tell me who's not making the playoffs this year that started 0-2. We'll run these down. In the AFC East, the Jets are 0-2. The Dolphins, since Thursday night, even though they made a commendable showing against Buffalo and Buffalo, they're 0-3 now. Obviously, they're 0-2 first. Either one of those 2 teams going to right the ship and finish 10-5, or let's face it, even 9-6. Those 2 teams aren't making the playoffs, are they? I really highly doubt it. Out of the AFC North, we have the Cleveland Browns. Did anybody have them making the playoffs? With 5 quarterbacks and Shedeur Sanders being one of them, and Joe Flacco, going out there in his wheelchair. Now, Joe Flacco's a nice quarterback for being 40-plus years old. The Browns are 0-2. They're not making the playoffs. We're looking at the Titans. We're looking at in this AFC South, and also out of the AFC South, the team that won the division in the last 2 years in a row, the Houston Texans. Are they going to right the ship? Well, Daniel Jones and the Colts have something to say about that. The Colts could be 3-0 at the end of this week. We'll see. Houston's got to get it together. I don't think they're making the playoffs. In the NFC, we have the Giants, we have the Bears, we have the Panthers, we have the Saints. Does anybody think any of those 4 teams are going to finish 10-5? Giants, Bears, Packers, and Saints. Panthers and Saints. Packers aren't. Packers are 2-0. So, there's one more team out there that's 0-2, as I discussed. The Kansas City Chiefs. They're 0-2. That makes the 10th team. There's 6 of these teams in the AFC, and there's 4 in the NFC. I guess Kansas City could get it together. Well, there's 10 teams here. I don't see any more than 1 making the playoffs. I would say if I had to choose a second one to make the playoffs after Kansas City, it might be Houston. I definitely don't think Houston and Kansas City are going to make the playoffs. They're both in the AFC. So far through 2 weeks, it looks like I may be right about the Kansas City Chiefs. Time will tell. Time will tell. 18 teams don't make the playoffs, 14 do. So let's talk about the teams that are 2-0. Now, by the way, if you're 2-0, what are the chances of making the playoffs? 78%. That's a little bit better than 3 out of 4. Actually, it's about 7 out of 9. 7 out of 9 would be 77.8%, so we'll call it 7 out of 9. So out of these teams, most of them are going to be in the playoffs or run these guys down. In the NFC West, we got just about everybody. We've got the 49ers, we've got the Cardinals, and we've got the Rams. 49ers and the Cardinals play each other this week. It's in San Francisco, and I still have to go with San Francisco. As much as being a Cowboy fan, 49ers and Cowboys don't get along, but I think 49ers are going to handle Arizona. The Rams, I'm a Rams fan this week, and so is every other Dallas Cowboy fan is a Rams fan this week, because the Rams are going to Philadelphia, trying to catch the Eagles slipping. We'll see how that works out. The fourth team, not surprised at all, even though they've struggled mightily this last week. The Buccaneers, there's 4 teams. The Eagles, of course, they're the 5th team. That's 2-0. The Bills, no surprise there, except for they did sneak past the Ravens. The Ravens are 1-1 now. The Chargers, the Bengals, and the Daniel Jones-led Indianapolis Colts. How did that happen? Well, Daniel Jones is playing pretty good, and they were playing Denver. If it wouldn't have been Indianapolis, it would be Denver. That's 2-0. Anybody see the end of that Indianapolis-Denver game? Indy lined up to kick a 60-yard field goal. Down 28-26. His time expired, and he missed it. He's now Brandon Aubrey. Not everybody can kick 64-yard field goals on the regular like the Dallas Cowboy kicker can. But Denver was found guilty of leverage. They got a flag. What's leverage, Johnny B. Cowboy? Well, that's when you use the O-line or the line that's blocking to protect the kicker, jump on top of them and try to leverage yourself up to block the kick. And Denver did that. That is a personal foul. 15-yard penalty moves them up to a very makeable 45-yard field goal with no time left. And the Indianapolis kicker made it. Indy wins 29-28. Sean Payton, the Denver coach on the sideline, loses his mind. Don't blame him. I don't know about the call. I really don't. They said that Indy did the same thing on a Denver kick earlier and nobody called it. So I don't know. I really wish referees would try to stay out of game-changing, game-deciding decisions at the end of a game, regular season too, unless it's just blatant pass interference or a late hit or something like that. Just my opinion. But it's good to be back. It's good to see everybody. And please like and subscribe. Cowboys should be able to handle the Bears this weekend, even though they're only a 1-point favorite. Time will tell. We'll talk about that later. There's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. I see Dallas winning it like 38-27, something like that. Matter of fact, put me down for that. Dallas 38, Chicago 27. Johnny B. Cowboy reminding you that God loves you. Be good to each other. Watch your words. Watch your temper. Treat your loved ones with love and treat strangers with love. I'm out, guys. See everybody soon. Yee-haw!